All right, folks. Thank you for joining us here on YouTube. We are in Liberty, Missouri today at the Capitol Federal Sports Complex of Liberty, playing on the Jousting Pigs field. This is the KC Sports Web Gyms Rings Championship. This is the championship game where MacNSeitz will face the BC Hitmen. They have the higher seed and will earn that home advantage for us here. And I'll tell you what, I still don't have a lineup yet from our team or from the BC Hitmen, and so I definitely need a lineup. But the BC Hitmen have already actually taken the field. What's that? Yeah, we're up in line. If you just go into any YouTube page, just MNS14U, we should pop right up. All right, so coaches meeting happened very quickly, and the end of a long day for this umpiring crew, and they. I just saw Coach Josh Carr hand the lineup over to Steve Book. His job a little more important than mine, as he is the official record keeper for our stats. And so if there's any question during the game, they'll go back to where he's at. So he's running Game Changer for us. I am broadcasting live on YouTube via Sideline HD. They do automated clips for our players' hits and highlights. Great service. They also do our scoring overlay. And, man, here we are set to go. I'm not ready, and looks like we're going to go regardless. So I'm going to use that previous lineup, and I'll make adjustments as we go. Thank you, Steve. And so as you guys can see, Harrison Perkins up there leading off for us. And now 2-1 count. All right, so 2-2 count now. I did just get a roster for the BC Hitmen, and we are all set and ready to go. And so far, quality AB for Perkins. Fouls that one off the end of the bat to the right side. So 5 pitches, count now 2-2. Perkins making his way on base and then making his way around the bases and across the plate with a pass ball to put us in the lead in the last game. Swing and a miss right there. And he's a little disappointed. Chasing one kind of up high. That'll bring up number 8, Reed Eckert, to the plate. That is number 12. Looks like Hagan on the hill for the BC Hitmen. And 2 nice pitches right down the pipe. Fastball coming in 72 miles an hour. So I saw this young man pitch in the earlier game. Not sure how many innings he has left. As most teams are that make it to a championship game, their pitching staffs tend to be taxed a little bit. Certainly MacNSeitz is in that situation as well. And a swing and miss. That's 2 batters and 2 strikeouts, and big smile for number 12 out there on the hill. Now Jacob Larson at the plate. Jacob Larson batting .500 on the season coming into this tournament. And takes a ball above his head. Big deep breath by Hagan. Working from the windup. And a couple wild pitches back to back. One up high and then one down low. Dugout's relatively quiet, but everybody up on the fence paying close attention. And that's a balk. Started his motion and then stopped in the middle and has his hands out wide. Home plate umpire's like, what are you doing? So now all set. That's his first warning. So according to USSSA rules, you get one warning on a balk. And then after that, runners advance. So 3-0 count to Larson. This is what I call a home run ball. And instead, Larson takes one for the team, and he'll earn his way down. I need to undo that. And so for the first base runner for MacNSeitz here in the championship game, Larson is on first base. And that brings up hard-hitting Paul McLiney. Paul responsible for a 3-run shot in that last game, putting us up 6-3. A very game Patriots team chipped away at that lead. But MacNSeitz coming away with a 6-5 win. And a close one. So after looking dialed in on those first two batters, he's getting a little wild right here. So smile no longer from Hagan. And now he hits Paul McLiney. And so two back-to-back. And it looks like we are going to get a courtesy runner over there at first base for McLiney, who is our catcher. USSSA offers that up in order to help speed games up. And so customarily in a high school environment or above, that would be a substitution type of situation. Pass ball. Larson, paying close attention, makes his way over to third. And Reed Eckert, I'm not sure. Yeah, he made his way over to second as well. So MacNSeitz showing some life here late in the top half of the first. So fastball high, Hagan looking to reset something in his footwear. Now, of course, working from the stretch with runners on. Logan really thought about that one. Well out of the strike zone high. Fortunately, he holds back. And now 3-1 count. So very modest leads by MacNSeitz out there on the base paths. And ball four. So Hagan, after two strikeouts on the first two batters, walks three straight. What? Oh, well, maybe I was off of my pitch count. I get a nasty head nod shake from the peanut gallery over there, but whatever. Still results in a walk right here. So you got to think Ryder's not swinging right here. See, and there's another situation right there. So number 12, Hagan, pitcher for the BC Hitmen, sliding off the end of that pitching mound, and just really kind of ridiculous that such a beautiful facility has mounds that are not age appropriate. And I was talking to one of the gentlemen kind of in charge of the umpiring staff. Had a great conversation, nice young man, and talking about some of the umpiring crews and things like that. And, you know, he was in agreement. He's like, listen, you know, you probably are going to have to, in this particular instance, talk to Liberty Parks and Rec and talk to them, because they're the ones who maintain and are responsible for the fields here in Capital Federal Sports Complex. So 2-1 count to Votaw. Ball down, and the struggling woes continue for Hagan. So the coaching staff asks him if he's okay. He nods his head very quickly. And once again, another walk. That will put MacNSeitz on the board. Now 1-0. So 2 quick outs, and now the coaching staff for the Hitmen coming out to visit. So pitch just looking kind of like fatigued. Looks really, really tired. And it's been a warm day for sure, no doubt about that. Imagine they're seeing if they're going to have to make a change or if they can stick with Hagan. Up at the plate is going to be Odie Saxon. And I tell you what, he has seen a few good balls here this tournament. 3 doubles. Absolutely mashed one in this last game. Since Sideline HD started a couple of new features here for us, you'll see there on the player cards for the parents that have opted in to do that, you can now identify the bat that the guys are swinging. So I can tell right now that Odie Saxon is swinging a DeMarini Goods 2-piece. And another wild pitch by Hagan. Catch working back to the ball quickly, preventing any run coming across. And very typically, MacNSeitz has been very conservative on the base paths. And with 2 outs, maybe a little more impetus to try to get a run in. So Reed Eckert working on third base over there, back and forth. I'll tell you what, the stop and go on this turf, though, a little bit tough. So 3-0 count to Odie. And Hagan hasn't thrown a strike in some time. Cannot imagine that Odie is going to be swinging here. And he's not. I think I could tell that he really wanted to, but I think the coaching staff had him on a take. And he hammers one right side, but it does go in foul territory. And it looks like one of my cameras is frozen over there, folks. Not sure what's going on there. Might have to restart that one. Oh, on a foul tip. Catch is able to hold on to the ball, and Odie Saxon goes down. MacNSeitz leaving 3 stranded. But they do get on the board. And enjoy, if only, a short lead, 1-0. Yep, I sure do. I've got at least one of these cameras frozen, and I got to tell you, folks, this always tough for us to run a number of different games. Third game today, and my cameras typically last very well for 2 games, but I have to start getting a little bit more creative with batteries and whatnot, trying to make sure that the cameras can last through a third game. Looks like I will definitely lose at least one camera, but our backstop camera does look to be in good shape. And enough talk about the cameras. Let's talk about the who MacNSeitz has up there defensively. And so Paul McCliney out there behind the dish, up there on the hill, is going to be Grant Kelly. Jacob Larson at third, Ryder Votaw at short. Odie Saxon over at first. And looking like, is that Logan Peterson? Yeah, Logan Peterson at second. So making some interesting adjustments and changes there. Evan Book in right, Reed Eckert in center, and then Harrison Perkins in left. No, I take that back. That is Austin Strength in center field. No, that's Austin. That's Austin Strength at second base. My mistake. He was backing up that practice throw to second. Well, in a championship game, you tend to work towards your strongest fielders, and some defensive adjustments maybe we've not seen here in the past. So, interesting. Grant Kelly starting off with a foul ball out of play. And our roster for the BC Hitmen. So this is Q leading off, followed by Cooper. Hagan in the 3-hole, Jacob batting cleanup. And it looks like Blaylen in the 5 spot, followed by Hank, Alex, Max, Christian, Caden, and Jordan, rounding out their roster. Little chopper, this one over to second, will be handled by Strength for out number 1. So number 5, Cooper at the plate, big young man. I will say, as I was watching the Hitmen earlier, I think they hit a couple home runs out over the fence. So imagine they've got some good hitters on their team. And nice curveball right there. That'll have Cooper down 0-2. Pops this one up, another curveball, and Kelly will handle it himself right there on the mound. Always a little touch and go when you got a guy crawling across a mound. But 2 up, 2 down, and now Hagan up at the plate. So it looks like his name's Hagan Moss, number 12, starting pitcher for the BC Hitmen. Looking as if he was awfully uncomfortable up there on the mound. And so I don't know if it's just a fatigue or maybe he's struggling with an injury or maybe tweaked something, but still game to play here and batting in that 3-hole. Hard hit ball, backhand by Larson. And out, number 3. So MacNSeitz going 1-2-3 here in bottom of the first. And we'll have another opportunity to try to add a little margin, some more comfort. And top of the second. Folks, I've already had an opportunity to talk about a couple of our sponsors. Our platinum sponsor, the Van Horn Land and Cattle. Also, the team out there at Village Pediatrics. Another silver sponsor for us this year are the folks at Sally's Propane. Started as a family business back in 1981 and continue to be family-owned and operated. They have a long history of supporting local youth athletics and continue that today by supporting our MacNSeitz team. Sally's Propane serves over 4,000 customers in 4 counties. So if you have a need for propane, do me a favor, check them out. They'll get you taken care of. Sally's Propane. So here in this inning, we're going to start off, led off by Tucker Lee and then followed by Austin Strength. Let's see if I can't restart a camera over here, and not sure exactly why it's frozen. Let me leave you with a little music here. All right, number 27, Tucker Lee at the plate. So Hagen continuing to hurl from the mound. And you got to think, just based off of that last inning, MacNSeitz batters being a little patient. Big swing and a miss. Now 1-1 count. So Hagen maybe looking like he's settled down a little bit. Looking to maybe a little bit more comfortable. And maybe I spoke a little soon. 3-1 count now. Been a long day for all these young men. And certainly for the families, and one of those ways that moms may not always choose to spend their Sundays. But here on this Mother's Day, 3 games. Oh, that bat nowhere near the ball. And a full count. Fouls that one back, and quality AB by Tucker Lee right here. So 6 pitches in. And strike 3 looking. Austin Strength taking a pitch high. So Hagen doing a good job on that last batter, getting down early on a 3-1 count and working his way back to a strikeout. Finding himself in that same position here, 3-0 to Austin Strength. Tell you what, Austin batting .353 on the season, 500 on base percentage. See if he can't get something going for MacNSeitz here. And he draws a walk, will make his way down to first. as number 5, Brooks Carr, will step up to the plate. Brooks Carr takes that first pitch for a strike. And nobody's challenged the BC Hitmen catcher just yet. Looks like that's number 13, Caden, behind the dish. And a pass ball. Austin Strength on his toes makes his way out to second base. I'm going to say Hagen doing a good job getting use of his lower half, and he gets his top side really low. Right at release. That gets himself down the mound just a little bit further, and just fractions of a second make definitely a difference. Also throws with good velocity. And a check swing there. I think Carr getting away with one. We'll take it. Full count. Earn one more opportunity. Just one down. And now Hagen stepping on the mound. What about the camera? That camera's frozen right now. Yeah, so, yeah, no, you're good. I don't know if it's because it's charging that it froze. Might try to unplug it. I don't know. I'll mess with it at the half inning. Sorry, folks. I've told by somebody who's watching the stream that, hey, why aren't we changing the camera angles here? And we do have 3 camera angles. Normally I would, but especially for a left-handed hitter. But that camera that I typically do, not up and running. Pass ball. Runners will advance. Let me get caught up with the game here. Getting a little distracted with side conversations. That is number 11, Evan Book, at the plate. Evan's struggling just a little bit here in this 2023 season. And I tell you what, I was talking actually with Tucker and Jacob last night. And Jacob was telling me, he's like, man, I had a whole year I was in a slump. And being in a slump is just part of being, a baseball player. So all guys are going to have ups and downs. And, Evan maybe a little bit on the downstroke here, but, he's had a couple of good moments. And he certainly has the ability to swing the bat. Had a nice RBI double against the JoCo Storm and put a good stroke on a ball here earlier today. But a nice play by an outfielder took it away from him. Up in the count here early, 2-0. Sky's starting to darken up just a little bit, and a balk. That is the second balk. That's the second balk. So runners will advance. I don't know why the umpires and everybody's standing around looking confused. He called the balk. He started his motion. He stopped. Runner will score. So home plate umpire calling timeout. BC Hitmen appealing the call. And they will converge on home plate and discuss the call. But that is now the second time that number 12, Hagan, for the BC Hitmen, has started his pitching motion and then just completely stopped. So that's the second time now. So they stick with it, and a run does score, as I would expect. I couldn't see that call going any other way. And score now 2-0 in favor of MacNSeitz. Ball high, 3-0. And another walk. That'll put runners on the corners, and BC Hitman coach has maybe seen enough. So he pats Hagan on the back, and that will do it for him up there on the hill. So we will work on a pitching change here. And I'll take that opportunity to try and fix that camera that's frozen. I'll leave folks here to zippity-doo-dah. All right, folks. Looks like I got that camera back up and running. Grant Kelly, line drive, left side, foul ball. Always appreciate it when I hear a confident call coming from the umpiring staff. I hate it when people waffle, and that's kind of what I felt like I saw with the balk there. There's a lot of waffling back and forth, and that leads to contesting and slowing games down. But runners on the corners for MacNSeitz. And Evan makes his way over to second, completely uncontested. So MacNSeitz with an opportunity right here, just one down. And now 2-1 count. So pitching now for the BC Hitmen, that is Max. Does not appear to be as high on the velocity spectrum as Hagen was. Maybe more of a movement guy. And I have absolutely no idea if BC Hitmen are short on pitching. Certainly MacNSeitz is. And when you play 3 games in a day, that is going to be the ticket. So Grant Kelly shaking his head at himself, wishing he had not swung at that particular ball. But that'll give him a full count and another opportunity to put this ball in play and earn an RBI. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strikeout number 1 for Max. But that'll bring us back to the top of our order, and number 28, Harrison Perkins at the plate. So talking with that official here earlier today, a lot of the umpires working our games today, including this one here. Both umpires playing football for Truman State University. And an off-speed down in the dirt. That one missing outside, and both pitches getting away from catch. Figure with 2 down, maybe we'd make more of an effort to try and get another run across the plate. But currently right now on the base paths, Brooks Carr on third and Evan Book on second, neither of which are speedsters by any measure. So kind of that shorter backstop as we saw earlier today. And a nice line drive. This is a gapper. It's going to get down. I would switch cameras for you folks, but my main camera has been knocked askew, and Harrison Perkins with a 2 RBI double. That will improve our lead 4-0. And a little 2-out rally going. Now number 8, Reed Eckert at the plate. So very limited on our camera views here now. Runner goes, and he'll be up with no contest. And a little bit of a delay on that strike call. Now 1-1 count to Reed Eckert. Speedster Harrison Perkins over there on third. He may look for that opportunity to score on a pass ball. And indeed he does. Here he comes. And he is safe. So MacNSeitz coming up with another run right there, clearing the bases, courtesy of that double by Harrison Perkins. He's able to make his way around via pass balls. So Max struggling with his control here just a bit. Now 2-1 count. Chopper, that is going to be fair. Oh, no, it was called foul. If the ball goes over the base, I believe the base is in fair territory, but he saw it differently than I did. But I tell you what, nobody better situated to make that call than somebody standing right there on the foul line. Ball high, and Reed, I'm sure, disappointed that last ball and didn't make it into play. So Reed making sure the on-deck circle is staying on their toes. And he fouls that one back. So Reed continues to battle, and a really quality at-bat right there. So 6 pitches deep on this at-bat. And he draws a walk, winning the battle. That's going to bring up good hitting Jacob Larson. So 2 down. Now runner on first. Reed with a number of stolen bases on the season. High fly ball. This is left side. And he's able to make that catch. So Larson got just underneath that one, and that will end the top half of the inning. But the MacNSeitz boys come up with 3 more runs, and now a 5-0 lead. We'll see. I believe the BC Hitmen are a good hitting team. Saw them really stroke the ball here earlier today, and we'll see what they're able to come up with. Grant Kelly going 1-2-3 in the first inning. So excited to see how this one will go. I'm going to make an adjustment to that backstop camera, and we'll leave you guys here with a little music. All right, I'll stop torturing you guys with the same music over and over again, but I do appreciate the patience. And now we are all situated, ready to go here. Top or bottom of the second. This one right over to first base. Odie Saxon handles that one. No problem. And Grant Kelly, he's still enjoying some great pitch efficiency right here. That brings up big number 25. Looks like Braylon for the Hitmen. So Braylon looking comfortable in the box. Starts off down in the count, 0-1. Oh. And he gets hit by a pitch. None the worse for the wear as he makes his way down to first base. And now number 47, Hank for the Hitmen at the plate. Moderate lead over there at first. Nothing outlandish, and that pitch missing just outside. Always enjoy when the umpire behind the plate indicates where that ball is at. I think it helps the pitcher understand what's going on. Also helps some of the chatter out there in the stands sometimes that you can get. Grant Kelly starting out on a 2-1 count. Hard hit ball. This one over to third base. Jacob Larson over to second, and Austin Strength does not come up with the catch. So another error for our MacNSeitz kids, and man, that's frustrating. We had a great opportunity to get that lead runner. So runner will reach on air. That puts runners on second and first and brings up number 1, Alex Ross, to the plate. Strike call. You know, Austin definitely working the bill of his cap right there and putting his hands on his head. Frustrated that he did not make that call. He was really, I'm sure, trying to concentrate on the transfer over for an opportunity at a double play. But first things first, you gotta catch the ball before you can transfer it. Certainly not the first person to do such, and won't be the last, I can tell you that. Now MacNSeitz with a force at every base. Gotta love getting those ground balls. That's exactly what you're kind of looking for from your pitching staff, and you're not looking for them to mow down and strike out every single batter that comes up. It takes too many pitches. Although a nice strike right there and a drop third strike, that'll be good for out number 2. And we got a guy in a pickle, but a bad throw. Oh, I don't think that the guys over there at second were prepared for a throw. Oh, wait, what? Two down. There's a runner on second and first. And now number 10, that is Max. Currently the pitcher for the BC Hitmen up at the plate. Fouls that one off the end of the bat. Tell you what, there's a lot of clouds really kind of starting to encroach in, and here behind me, exactly opposite of our cameras, some angry looking clouds. Hoping that we can finish this game up ahead of any type of weather. He's right here, honey. And a pass ball right there. Runners advance, no contest. So count is now 1-2. We're here in bottom of the second. BC Hitmen threatening with 2 runners in scoring position, 2 outs. MacNSeitz with an opportunity and should have been out of this inning at least 2 times over. So now 2-2 count. And a strike 3 call. Grant Kelly coming up with a big one right there when he needed it. With runners in scoring position, and the Hitmen leave 2 stranded. And in a close matchup that really is not out of reach by any means. So 5-0, favor of MacNSeitz, and we're going to go to bottom of the third. Not a ton of energy from the BC Hitmen as they take the field. And the MacNSeitz boys looking loose over there. Got some music playing in between innings. Courtesy Kevin Votaw, keeping these guys with some enthusiasm and energy. BC Hitmen will stick with Max, number 10, out there on the bump. And I just continue to look at these scary-looking clouds behind me. A little SLCs is my scary-looking SLCs, scary-looking clouds. That is a storm-chasing acronym. My wife, of former fame, was a news reporter for Channel 12 out of the Wichita market. She also anchored up here in St. Joe, and she used to love going storm chasing back in her news days. And she always called those SLCs, scary-looking clouds. Yeah. Is what it is. So number 44, Paul McCliney, up at the plate. And so one of the advantages of playing on turf is if it does begin to rain, we will continue play provided that there is no lightning. And the first roll of thunder is not a good sign. So typically preceding lightning, that first roll of thunder just came across. I will tell you guys, I will have to end the stream just short of any type of moisture. These cameras I have up here, while doing a nice job for us, are not weatherproof in any sense of the measure. So I'll have to do my best to protect them. But we'll keep this stream going just as long as I can. And the first championship game for our MacNSeitz boys this season. Certainly excited. And a nice looking curveball right there. Paul in off that one. Oh, big swing and a miss right there. That one came across the plate just low, but funny how those curveballs can look. They just look like they're coming right in, and depending on their break point. So now full count to McCliney. Ooh, and ball 4. That was a close one. But lead-off batter making his way on base. He'll be down there at first. And now number 35, Logan Peterson at the plate. Of course, we, MacNSeitz, will do a courtesy runner for the catcher. Caught all 3 games today. That's got to be one tired young man. Should sleep well tonight. He's replaced by Larson out there on first. Foul out of play. And Logan continues to swing away. Looking to get something into fair territory. And nice curveball coming right across the plate right there. So game movement going a little bit slow, not feeling any kind of rhythm here. Swing and a miss, and that'll be strike 3 for Logan Peterson. So boys seeing more curveballs and sliders today than they've probably seen in quite some time. Not just from this young man. So there is now an official rain delay. So according to the tournament directors and whatnot, they are going to clear the field of play, lightning in proximity, and that is going to, they will kick everybody out of the complex. So I will have to quickly shut down our stream. Folks, thanks so much for watching. I've got to shut her down. That'll be